Hello, we're gonna have some fun figuring out what the sine rule is. And you can think of this as a proof as well for the sine rule. Investigation, discovering the sine rule. So let's go. We've got a triangle here that's obviously not a right-angled triangle. So we can't use any right-angled information. We can't use trig ratios in it as it is, okay? But it says here, let H be the height of triangle ABC. So here we have triangle ABC. Now, before I begin, remember by convention, angle A, capital letters are represent angles, lowercase letters represent sides. By convention, side A is across from angle A. Side B is across from angle B. Side C is across from angle C. Okay. Let H be the height of triangle ABC. So let's draw a height here, H, and these would then be right-angled triangles. They're going to meet that base at the perpendicular. Write sine B in terms of H and A. Okay, so we're talking about angle B here. So what we're actually talking about is this little triangle on this side. We've got B, we've got a right angle. This is called H for height, and that's called A. All right, just based on that triangle right there. This is not conventional labeling. But sine B in terms of H and A. So sine B is, sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, so the opposite side is H here. And the hypotenuse side is labeled A. All right. So we have this. We've now done number one. Number two, now make H the subject. All right, so rearrange this for H. So H equals A times sine B. Just give me a few minutes, please. H equals sine B. Number three, write sine A in terms of H and B. All right, so sine A, here's angle A over here. So we're actually talking about this bigger triangle. So this one, where this is angle A, this is side H, because it shares a side with that triangle. This is side B. All right, so write sine A in terms of H and B. So using sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse again. Opposite is H in this case, and hypotenuse is B. So we have sine A equals H over B. Okay, number four, replace H with your answer to number two. Okay, our answer to number two is this guy. H is equal to A sine B. So let's replace that. So we have sine A equals, replace H with A sine B all over B. Okay, number five, divide both sides of your equation by A. All right, divide both sides by A. That'll mean we have sine A divided by A equals sine B divided by B. All right, there we have the sine rule right here, or part of it. The sine rule is actually the ratios of the sine of an angle to its corresponding side length across from that angle will always be equal in any triangle. So sine A divided by the side length A will always be equal to sine B divided by side length B, and in fact also be equal to sine C divided by the side length of side C. At any given time, you're only going to use two of these in an equation to help you solve. So you'll use this, these two, or these two, or these two. In fact, the sine rule can also be represented, because these are just ratios, you could also use the sine rule this way. So as long as you're consistent, have side lengths all on top, sines of those corresponding angles all on the bottom, or vice versa, you can choose any two of those to help you solve equations. The sine rule.